The article being reviewed is called School Finance as Investment in Human Capital, written by William A. Owens and Leslie S. Kaplan. The article is focused on the importance of education in terms of finance. Specifically, education is an investment in human capital and raises the standard of living for individuals and the community while lowering other social costs. When the principal is able to better explain the relationship between education and the community's standard of living, they become more efficient advocates for educational funding. Historically, few believe that educating all citizens would benefit the society's overall economy, safety, and quality of life. Government limited education to the elite and not to the masses. The majority did not receive an education, were poor, and were valued for physical labor, not their intellectual attributes. Early civilizations found value in their number of people because they saw individuals providing protection or food by hunting and gathering. Owens and Kaplan state 12 specific ways that education contributes to the community's standard of living. This includes income levels, employability, incarceration rates, voting frequency, health insurance, volunteerism, charitable contributions, leisure activity participation, cultural activity participation, childbirth in marriage versus out of marriage, prenatal care, and crime victimization. An individual's education level affects their income drastically. Owens and Kaplan find that an individual with a bachelor's degree on average will earn annually about 2.5 times that of a high school dropout. Still, examining data year to year may not accurately show the massive gap between the two without looking at what is compounded over a career. For those that have more money, they pay more taxes, invest more, spend more, and probably donate more. It is easy to see that the higher educated and wealthier individuals spend and contribute significantly more to the economy than what the less educated do. For example, on average, Owens and Kaplan found that an individual with a master's degree will pay in federal taxes almost the equivalent of the high school dropout's lifetime gross earnings. Education also increases employability. Those that have lower education are more likely to be unemployed and underemployed compared to those with higher education. On top of that, higher educated individuals remain employed over time. Owens and Kaplan use data on labor force participation instead of unemployment rates because unemployment rates can be misleading. They can make the labor market look better than what it actually is because unemployment rates only include people who work and those seeking employment. It excludes individuals who are able to work but no longer seek jobs and drop out of the workforce. If we look at the two ends of the spectrum, one individual being a high school dropout and another one who's earned a bachelor's degree or higher, Owens and Kaplan find that there's about a 12% difference for ages 20 to 24 in labor participation. For ages 25 and over, there's a drastic difference of 37% between the two. The working class also contributes resources to society, locally and nationally, where unemployed individuals for the most part draw resources from it. As Victor Hugo, a famous 19th century writer, once said, "He who opens a school closes a prison. Prevention is better than finding a cure later." Connecting to our last idea, incarceration rates are significantly lower for those with a higher education. As one study found, a 1% increase in a high school graduation rate would save the United States as much as $1.4 billion per year in reduced crime costs. And although increasing police force is also a positive policy, increasing high school graduation rates gives a greater positive impact with both crime reduction and productivity. Another area higher education leads to is more frequent voting. America is constructed in such a way that depends on an educated citizen voting for those who will represent them best. In 1994, in a congressional vote, there is a nearly 44% difference between an individual who had 4 years of college and beyond compared to a high school dropout. Similarly, for a presidential vote in 1992, there was a difference of around 51%. It's easy to see the correlation that voting frequency increases with an individual's education level.
Created using Powtoon.